Hi, so now we're going to move on to getting your space set up for your inking. So many of you are obviously working at home or somewhere near home, and you want to prevent this absolutely luscious and delicious oil-based ink from getting onto surfaces that you don't want inky. So some of you I was able to get a tarp together for. Some of you didn't get one, and I apologize that I didn't have one for you. But what you can do is you can use a big garbage bag. If you have one at home, open it up and drape it over your kitchen table or a table where you're going to have some reasonable ventilation for yourself. So a large garbage bag will work. You can also patch together some plastic. Most of us, we go to the taqueria and get those absolutely fantastic burritos, and they give us these amazing plastic bags. So you can use these as well as a surface upon which you can lay out your material. So I'm just kind of cutting apart the joined areas so I can lay it flat. And I'm I'm not saying I'm sloppy, but I like a lot of working space. So if you've got 2 plastic bags, I suggest that you, again, cut along the sides. Trying to cut my hand open while I'm doing this. And then cut along the bottom. It's a little funky union right here. There we go. So now I've got 2 plastic bags. And since you know me, or some of you do, I tend to get rolling and get really active. If you have enough masking tape, you can use masking tape to kind of piece together parts. Or if you have it at home, you could use, what's this called? Container tape, shipping tape. This stuff is great because it's plastic. So if you use this, it will clean up a lot more easily when you wipe down the surface than the masking tape. And you could also use transparent tape if you'd like. So anything that's just basically going to piece together the 2 opened up plastic bags. Okay, so you need to, again, make a surface that's not porous so you can deal with all these cool, oily, inky substances. So before I get started, this next step, I'm going to put my attractive gloves on. And I went to my local market, and they have this really healthy serving size of veggie oil. And we're going to cross our fingers that I don't make a complete mess here. So you guys got 3 rags, I think. 2 to 3 rags in your printmaking packet that probably are not going to do you completely for the whole process. So if you have old cotton sweatshirts or t-shirts, you can cut those up to augment your supply. But what I'm going to do is, because I know I'm somewhat overly excitable, I'm going to put this under where I'm pouring, and I'm going to pour, if you've got a little bottle at home, I would suggest that you pour your veggie oil from a bigger container into the smaller container that's got a squeeze capacity or a dripping capacity to it. So you have a little bit more control over your cleanup situation. So I've got my veggie oil. I've got rags. Ones are the shop rags that I got you. Anything that you might be able to get from clothing that you no longer need to wear. The other thing you want to get yourself is some plastic wrap. So in case you have leftover ink, which I'm sure you're going to have, you can make an ink bomb for yourself. The other thing you need to have is some sort of cutting blade. So the famous Olfa is a good blade, or if you've got a container, what are those called?
Box cutter.
Box cutter, excellent. A box cutter, that's wonderful too. All right, so that's set up. And, I almost forgot. This is in preparation, just so you know, later on we're going to have to clean up, because I'm sure your roommates, your housemates, your family are not going to want to sit down to a kitchen table that's got ink all over it. So if you don't have a phone book, excuse me, what you can do is you can get some paper bags and do the same sort of trick that we did with the plastic bags. Simply with a scissor, open it up. I'm actually just going to cut the bottom off. And then cut yourself just a couple of small sections that you can wipe your palette knife onto. So it's just something that kind of serves that same purpose as the phone books did in our printing studios. Alright, so now I've got some little surfaces that I can again put my waste ink on top of when I get to the cleaning stage. Alright, so we'll pause here and we'll go on to the printing next.